Hello everyone! Welcome back to Let's Play Path of Exile with EclecticAndrew and the Witchie. To start off with, as you recall, last time we achieved ascendancy in the Lord's Labyrinth. And I've decided that I'm going to take this Vile Bastion notable passive, because that being stunned might come in very handy before we get a chance to get to the next ascendancy trial, which I think would go for this next. Maybe this just to get to this or something, or we're gonna go for Vile Bastion. That will be very nice to stop being stunned. I also have a skill point to use. I'm gonna use it to grab this, I believe. That's what I want to do. Kind of. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, gonna be a short episode today because I feel a little jittery and nervous. Just kind of bad nerves on my case today. But anyways, today we will continue with the story of Path of Exile. As you recall, last time we were told to try to take out Dominus at the top of the Sceptre of God, which is last. And we will do that by following the wagons through the Imperial Gardens to the right path to that fancy looking tower we saw before. Very fancy. Very, very fancy. It's so fancy. You don't even know. I hate that song. I hate the beat of that tune. But yeah, so we should be regenerating energy shield now that we have Vile Bastion whenever we kill enemies. Oh, I forgot something.
Remember, Dominus.
Yes, what goes up must come down. The bigger they are, the harder they fall. Well, we'll do that when I get to the waypoint. Let's just get into it today. Let us go. Forward, march. Oh, I reached it. Oh, I was about to say I ran into a dead end, but no. Sometimes little corners of this tower lets you go through the corners. Anyways, here in the tower of Sceptre of God, this was built by Chittis, I believe. Back for his laboratory use of experimenting on making gemlings. Oh, you know what I forgot to do because I walked in the door and I'm so used to just ignoring it? I'm completely out of sorts today. That's how out of sorts I am today. I can't even get through this way. Well, let us find our way back to the beginning, because as you can see, there's a little lore object back here. Because this very important looking statue with a bloody baby skull on a man's shoulder. That's dedication to Malachi. Oh, he's the father of dreams, alright. Oh, this is Malachi himself. Okay, this statue is a dedication of Malachi, okay. I would have thought it would say something else besides that. But no, he's just a dreamer. Like Ozzy Osbourne. Yeah, Ozzy Osbourne. My friend at work was listening to Ozzy Osbourne for 2 days straight. At work. Drove me a little nuts. Ironically, though, he never played that Dreamer song, which was weird. He must not have it on his playlist. So that was interesting. The one song I know besides Crazy Train. Here's a unique monster. Helga, the Imperatrix. Who's that? Yep. Being a wanderer is very strong. Let's see, we're regenerating and a shield right there. No matter how much damage we take, we're going to be regenerating energy shield. That's very nice. I would go for the passive skill tree nodes to where if you deal spell damage, you would be leeching energy shield. Except that doesn't really work too well with the spells I have equipped. You know, the dot spells. life leeching, energy leeching, any kind of leeching does not work very well with dots. It's only on hit abilities and skills. Otherwise, there's just, well, because, you know, I went over my setup about how I want to equip Ice Nova and Molten Shell to Life Leech, along with something else, to be more survivable. Because Life Leeching, Life Recouping, it's all good for the Witchy. Where the hell am I going? Oh, I passed it. I passed it a long time ago. Let's see here. I want a little bit to talk about the monsters here. As you may have seen, we're killing some frog monsters. You may recall from an earlier episode that I was talking about in the Val side area we went to back a long time ago, I believe in Act 2, that there were frog monsters in a certain area that used a certain spell. And yes, it is the frog monsters in this tower, in the Sceptre of God. Chittis, now Dominus' laboratory of undying monsters. Well, before we take that staircase to the upper Sceptre of God, let us look for a waypoint. Because there is a waypoint halfway up the tower. Here we go, froggies. Here, watch them. Or watch them die, okay. I wanted to see if they would use their special spell. The one that we players used to have, called Arctic Breath. But, was changed several times over because it was just so damn abusive. It's now Creeping Frost. Surely less abusive. Of course. Oh, lore object as well. And with a waypoint. Very nice. We grab the waypoint. We study the lore of the game. Letter to Chittis.
My dear Chittis, the Empire has lived in fear and ignorance since its inception. Our Asmiri ancestors, in their arrogance, turned their backs on the lessons of the Val. The emperors before you lacked courage, lacked vision, paying lip service to eternity, while scrabbling for approval and comfort within the prison of their meager mortal lives. You are not one of those emperors. You are Chittis the Great, the man who will make this empire truly understand the meaning of the word eternal.
This can only be, of course,
we shall build this thaumatocracy together, my emperor. Gem by gem.
At least he's not talking in riddles as he normally does.
Your devoted servant,
where he obfuscates and dances. He's actually kind of talking like a normal person for once. I guess it's because he's trying to be political, in a sense, to talk Chittis into puffing up Chittis to try to seem better in his graces. Oh, now we go up to the upper Sceptre of God. And as we've seen, the lower floors have been alright. But now that we're up in the upper section, we find ruined floors all over the place. Where if this were like a Zelda game, we'd be falling to our doom in the lower floors every time we step off the edge. Oh, there they go. Froggies. That's that skull there. That icy skull, leaving an icy trail, that is Arctic Breath. As it was in the old days of Path of Exile. Yeah, look at that skull, it's just eating the ground. And now that we're up here, we also get to see this little central spire. I don't know what it's for exactly. But we'll see some use for it later on. I imagine it's something to do with the, you know, I wonder. It could be regarding the, undying stuff that we found in the sewers. Because Dahlia told us that she made Chittis show her where the, waste product for making the Undying, I guess, goes. And that looks like it could be some kind of sewer system. You know, like sewer access. Drainage pipes, that's what I'm trying to say. You know, waste management system for the tower. Huh. Very interesting to think about. Now, as you saw, because I'm doing so much damage, I mean, I'm only doing 580 damage right now, and calling strike and everything, but I did just bypass a unique monster. I didn't exactly bypass it, I just bypassed speaking about it, because it was the, what's it called, Alpha Paradisium. It's a Chimera monster, and we're seeing Chimeras now. These little snaky, feathery things, these are Chimeras. They shoot tail spines at us. And the Alpha Paradisium is a unique monster that eats its own dead. Its own kind. Oh, look at this cage here. I wonder, what could have been here? Well, long ago, before, when any new player plays this game, when they get to this cage, they would not have access, when they started the game, to the Scion skill class until they reach this area and open this cage and let out the Scion. She would be here, she'd be grateful for us unleashing her, and whenever we start a new game to pick a new character, we can pick the Scion after that. And also we see that there seems to be an elevator shaft deal going on now with the sewers, with the drainage pipes. I guess they're transporting dead Exile bodies up to the top of the, laboratory. Why oh why would anyone want to do this? Oh, there we go. This little barricaded area signifies that we've reached the rooftop. Now, whenever you reach the rooftop, turn off your option to show the stuff and the doors and the... because you're gonna... otherwise you'll be flooded and inundated with items. Because Dominus, that's Dominus.
You would bite the master that called you here?
Yes, we would bite your hand. He is defended first of all by 3 groups of blackguards, captained by 3 certain captains. Imperior, Bitterblade. Bitterblade, as he's called for short. He's the Ice Cyclone Templar. Octavia Sparkfist. She summons all these totems that use spark. Other than that, I think she's just lightning warped around. There's a 3rd guy, Fire guy. With him, Flamebrand, who almost kills me every time. It's very easy to die here. As you can see, we're fighting a lot of dudes. Submit, heretic. Yes, Dominus will call out for you to submit when you kill 3 blackguard captains. And unleash Allay, the terrifying oboe who's killed. Allay uses Viper Strike and multiple projectiles, just like the Weaver Chambers in the Slider Force, whatever it's called. Get Allay down halfway to HP, and he unleashes Callie the Crazed. One of the Piety miscreations that has the 4 tentacles that spits projectiles at you. Get Callie down to half HP, and Orcus, the Reaver, is unleashed. He uses the skill called Read. And he also flicker strikes and smoke mines around all the place.
Have you ever seen the true face of God?
True face of God? It's not your face, man. Oh boy. Dominus himself uses that skill. It's darn, I don't remember. Oh, it's like Icicle Spear, but it's lightning based. And kinda has these little spooky ghost people involved with it. He also summons Siren Bond totems that I think might do lightning damage. Dominus is all about the lightning damage. Because most Templar-based classes in this game are kind of fire, lightning, physical, holiness. He will also slam the ground, dealing a lot of damage to you if you're in the area around him. And if this rolled as an illusion, he bows and gets sucked down into this portal. This portal looks familiar, doesn't it? Kind of like Piety, only, oh boy, something's coming back out of it. Dominus is very ugly right now. He's even still got his face on the nose of that, tip of the nose of that creature, because this is Dominus Ascended. How many fucking items have I picked up now? Because you don't see any items on the ground right now, do you? But if I press my button to show items, you can see that they've been dropped all over the place. Oh, I just died. Didn't mean to die. Who means to die? Hardly anyone means to die, Andrew. Oh. I don't have my living subject book right. Dominus has all these little portals around to summon more miscreations and monsters to fight with him. So that's a good way to get your flask charges refilled if you need to. Because as he's fighting, I think Dominus' main damage dealing move is a bloody rain. This rain right here. As long as you're standing in the rain, you take a lot of damage and get that corrupting blood inflicted on you. But if you stand in this barrier of Dominus's, you are defended from the rain. Also, like those ravenous skulls, Dominus will also regurgitate stuff at you. Though it's not like he eats it from anywhere, he just regurgitates it. Otherwise, his attacks inflict corrupting blood on you, too.
Dominus. Not
and not a soul will cry for Dominus as he dies in pitiful glory. Hello. Oh, Talia, hello.
You have mounted the summit of the Empire, not a cockroach.
Oh, I mean the summit of the Empire.
You have crushed the Bug Emperor and wiped his maggot dreams from the skin of Rayclast.
We've crushed the Empire, the Bug Emperor.
Dominus exiled you, naked and alone,
his
unto the
dreams will
palm
no
of
longer
death.
bother Rayclast.
But you would not die, would you? No.
No, we would not die, would we, Witchie?
You cuddled death. Promised it
we
the
kissed
world,
death on lips.
Made it your
Death is a
consort,
girl.
and so generously
I mean,
shared
in
it
Witchie
with all
case,
your
it's a guy.
fleeting friends here in Rayclast. Not once did you forget what you were. Not a cockroach feeding on the corpse of a dead empire, like the pest you crushed as you
Hear me
walked.
roar.
A woman. The sort of woman that planted the seed of this empire right here in Sun so long ago. What teetering and twisted life it still holds dear. This land owes to
the
you.
land owes us. Yay.
Witch. Of course, there will be more.
There will be more, huh?
You know that, don't you?
More
Emperors. Avaricious little pests scrabbling to steal the legacy of their betters. Unless we burn that legacy,
Unbug.
sear its infection
North,
from the flesh of
Highgate.
existence.
Interesting.
Go north, my lovely Unbug. Go to Highgate,
Nightmare Sea,
to the beginning of the end. Dive headlong into the Nightmare Sea. Catch and roast yourself a nice big fishy.
Dive into the sea and catch a fish. Of course. A fish, of course. Let us check around, see if there's anything we want to pick up. Maybe some wands that dropped. Maybe check my inventory, make sure I drop what I didn't want to pick up. That I picked up by accident. Because you can't see anything and you're running around like a headless chicken, but also while trying to peck out the eyes of Dominus. And move on to the aqueduct. In Act 4.
That water just reeks of corruption.
Yes, the water reeks.
Let's see where it comes from.
I wonder, where does this water all come from? Well, before we do that, as usual, let us go back to the last town and talk to everybody and see what they have to say in celebration of our victory over the Act Boss. Nothing.
Yes.
Nothing.
Yes.
Oh, Momoa.
To
Yes,
kill
we've
a man
killed
like
Dominus and it's
Dominus.
worthy. Where
That's
were
an
they?
accomplishment worthy of
Where were
Khan,
they?
my greatest ancestor. Were we in Namakanui, I'd make you a Makanga,
Hey, we'll
an
take the
honored
respect,
warrior.
girl. We love respect.
But we are not in Namakanui.
You know what it means to me.
We dwell in a city of death, and my respect is all the honor I can bestow on you.
Piety and Dominus.
You have claimed the most worthy
Yes,
of
the
prey,
Harbingers of
Makoru.
Nightmare.
Piety and Dominus, the harbingers of nightmare. I'm not saying the war is over,
Dawn of another
but
day?
you've given Rayclast a much-needed respite. Because of you, this land lives to see another dawn.
And
There is
Hargon?
nothing else.
Nothing.
There you
nothing.
go.
Only Momoa was interested in talking about Dominus's fall. Well, I'm going to use my skill points. Where do I want to go? Where do I want to go? Where do I want to go? I want to go here. Because if I'm not getting that extra power charge until Act 7, which I just swallowed, of course, but let us go down here into the shadows area and pick up this power charge here. That'd be very nice. But anyways, until next time, everyone, have fun and take care of yourselves. And have a good day. Bye-bye.